Good evening, people. I see a lot of familiar faces here who know my story, who know my journey. But I also see a lot of new faces who I'm delighted to see. I grew up in the Middle East right from my play school days all the way till I graduated high school. And then I joined engineering college right after high school. 17-year-old Aayush thought he liked coding. He wanted to be a software engineer. Boy, was he wrong. He was average at best, and he couldn't sit behind a desk and work. I was like, I can't do this for a living, and even if I could, I'd be very average at it. Spoke to my parents 1 year into university, and I'm like, it's not for me, guys, and I can't do it. And they were super supportive, and they were like, okay, what do you want to do? I did not know. And I was like, business school. They're like, sure. So I took a leap of faith and joined business school, and I remember bright as day. First lecture, within the first hour, I was like, really? That makes perfect common sense. And I was like, I finally found myself. I had my eureka moment that that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And the next 3 years were a piece of cake, and I loved it. Safe to say, I had twice the GPA of my engineering college when I joined business school. And I was confident. Bagged the 2 biggest packages in my university, and that brings me to the question, how many of you here have given a job interview or an internship interview? Yep. So one common question we keep getting asked is, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I had one common answer at the time. I was like, glass building, corner office, top floor, sea facing. And I was like, yeah, I see myself there in 10 years. And it was pure luck, some would call it coincidence. I somehow got that at my first job in Doha. And I was like, wow, damn, living the dream. And it was a sales job, I love sales. Hitting my numbers, outperforming my team, overachieving, rankings, I loved it. And within 1 year, I did everything I could for the university, for the company. And I think I saturated everything I could do. So it felt very empowering. It felt like, wow, I am the performer for this team, for Doha. But at the same time, I was like, shit, what now? Because I gave myself 10 years to get there, and I was like, okay, what now? So leap of faith number 2. I quit and spent a month coming up with ideas. I was like, let's do a startup. Because our generation, our age group of people, we don't like the same thing every day. We don't like routine. And the clear example of that is most of our parents have been working for the same organization for years. Yes. My dad's been working for Pepsi for the last 26 years. My mom's been teaching for the same school for the last 11 years. But I don't have a friend in this room who's been working in the same company for the last 3 years. We like challenges. So I was like, okay, let's come up with a challenge. Spend a month, came up with startup ideas, and narrowed them to top 10. From the top 10, I was like, they're all exciting. But I was like, okay, what's the most innovative one? Okay, I'm like, I was like, which one takes the least capital? And that's how Plushy came about. But investors in the room have 9 other ideas if you want to invest. So that's how Plushy was born. And Plushy in a nutshell is, you make a drawing and we can convert them into plush toys. Why Plushy? We grew up here. Most of us grew up here. And there's always been a big scarcity of art and creativity. I think that's an unfair statement to make, actually. I'll rephrase that. There's been a big scarcity of restriction-free art, restriction-free creativity. We wanted to give children a blank canvas where they could draw whatever they want. If someone wants to draw a pizza slice with sunglasses and pepperoni on it, they can. If someone wants to draw a dinosaur that's pink and cuddly that they want to sleep with, they can. It's not art as we had it in school where you have to draw the fruit bowl that's kept in front of you. You have to draw the same house with the sunrise and the lake and the trees. No, you can draw whatever you want. Blank piece of paper, you draw it and we make it come to life. There were a lot of challenges on the way, but we all have our own challenges in establishing our own startups, and that's part and parcel. We embrace those. And we want to empower children in the way where they feel confident about their vision. There's no box kept as to your rainbow has to be U-shaped. Draw a triangle rainbow, we'll make it come to life. Draw a business life, we'll make it come to life. Draw a minion the way you want it. If you didn't like the one in the movie, and we'll make it come to life. And there's a lot more that we do in terms of behind the scenes. So what does this really do for children in that age group? There's a whole concept of left brain versus right brain. And that goes to show that art's more than just what you see, it's more than what you just draw. Our brains are divided into two halves. Your left brain that helps you with logic, maths, and science, and your right brain that's purely just for creativity. So most innovators are right brain dominant, and most scientists are left brain dominant. Let's all do a quick activity here. I want you all to fold your hands with your thumbs on top. Yeah, all of you with me? Now notice what thumb's on top. If you have your left thumb on top, means you're more right brain dominant. And if you have your right thumb on top, means you're more left brain dominant. So as much as I'd like to be more right brain dominated, I'm not, guys. I wish I was. We, on our rough days at Plushy, call ourselves really bad magicians in terms of, yeah, of course, we will make a drawing come to reality in terms of toys, but we're bad at it because it takes us 4 weeks to do it. And we spent a lot of time on our quality. We spent 5 months just at our workshops every day trying to come up with A-grade plush, an A-grade team, an A-grade stuffing, so that children have the best around them to play with, to sleep with, to fight with. We also realized since it's for children, it's bound to get dirty. We spent a month trying to get them to be washing machine friendly. Mom's going to be so happy to listen to that. And since we make such a personal product, such a customized product, there are often stories behind all these toys. And there are some happy stories, there's some sad stories, there's some goofy stories. I'll leave you guys with one story that keeps me up on rough days, on good days, that keeps me going at Plushy and the team going. It's something that touched us all. I got a call from this lady once, and she's like, "Are you the company that makes toys?" I was like, "Yes, ma'am, we're Plushy, how can we help?" And she was like, "Can you really do it? I have a painting done by my daughter, can you please convert it into plush toy?" I was like, "Sure, ma'am." And she was so ecstatic, she had a high-pitched voice, but by the end of the conversation, she was just calm, and it was good sort of calmness, but it did intrigue me. I was like, there was something definite behind it. So when I went to meet her to collect the drawing, there's a whole different emotion. She was sad. You could see the sadness in her eyes. And as she gave me the drawing, she was like, "This drawing was made by my daughter 3 years ago for a brother, for my son." And I was like, "Okay, ma'am, we'll do it, no problem." And she was like, "Yeah, but a son never came into this world. But now she's named the toy after him, and she can be friends with it." And she is friends with it. She comes back from school, first thing she does is go picks it up so she can have lunch with it. She can sleep with it. And yeah, stories like this give us hope, make us go forward. And that's about it, guys. Thank you.